What's going on, world? Just wanted to chime in on a video that I just caught on YouTube doing my normal YouTube scrolling, and of course, a video that would irritate me would pop up. I just finished watching, and I've done a video about this guy before, um, Tommy Sotomayor. Um, done a video about his outlook and the shit that he says and things that he um, says to um, desecrate the black community. Um, Things that he says to down us as black people in our community or whatnot. Um, and just the disgusting disdain that he has for his own people. And I'm gonna post a link to the video I'm talking about. There was an incident in Pennsylvania where a woman was killed for her tax refund um, by a coworker. Well, a coworker set her up to be killed by two of her friends, and she was robbed and murdered for $3,000. Um, no amount of money is worth dying for. Um, they shot her in pretty much cold blood, and I'm watching um, this video because I know he's going to step out of bounds. And sometimes even though you may not like a person, their tactics or whatever, you just pay attention. And I don't like this guy for the things that he says, um, to keep y'all watching. And everybody, like, this guy's getting 100,000 views for every video that he puts up, and I'm sure some of those people are donating to this guy, um, who has no credentials to bring you the news. However, I digress. And also, he posts these clips that I'm sure he hasn't gone through the proper channels to post these clips and got the proper clearances to do so. But I digress. That has nothing to do with it. But I'm sitting there and he's showing a news clip, and I'm listening to the shit that he's saying, and he's worried about all the wrong things about. Um, Not really worried about all the wrong things. You know what it is? I think he shines a light on the shit that he likes. Like, he's always constantly talking about how women flip their weave and all of that shit, and I think it catches your eye because you like it, you love it, and you sit here and you call ladies weave heads and this, that, and the third, and that's just a byproduct of self hatred. Because as a man, you're not gonna sit here and tell me you haven't never been with a woman who wore weave, or people in your family. I guarantee you don't walk up to people in your family and tell them um, take that weave out of your head. And I'm sure that you have a child you have a daughter. I do believe you have a daughter who's probably going to want some weave in her head at some point. So you should pretty much watch the shit that you say, because when your daughter decides that she gets old enough to get the hairdo that she wants and she's able to pay for it, she will go on your videos and see all of this nasty negative shit that you have said about women who wear weave. And wonder if her daddy is talking about the same thing or saying the same thing about her. But anyway, um, he focuses on completely the wrong thing and not doing anything to make it better, but shines a light on um, the negative things in the community, um, the conditions of the community. But understand something, my brother. You're barking up the wrong tree, because these communities were put out here for someone, and they were put out here by someone. And a lot of times, the things that people say and the things that people do have a lot to do with that community that surrounds them. And as a man who talks shit about it every fucking video that you make, you talk shit about it, I see you doing nothing to improve the situation, yet you're accepting these people's money. Yet you're accepting these views and all of this stuff from these very people that you talk shit about. You don't have the credentials to bring the news to anyone. You're even talking about like who like here's the thing. You're talking about all the unnecessary stuff. Oh, she has 2 kids by 2 different fathers. Dude, do you know just because how many kids do you have by different fathers, by different mothers? Just because a relationship don't work out don't mean that's the end of life. Just because you have one child with somebody and or whatnot, that don't mean that's the end of life and you can't procreate with someone else that you deem fit to procreate with. And I don't know this woman's life. I don't know. Everybody speaks roses after someone's gone. So I don't know this woman's life, but who are you to judge? You know about as much about her as I do. People are not going to live exactly like Tommy Sotomayor. People are going to do different things with their lives. People are going to make different choices with their lives. If you are someone who wants to bring the news to people, then I got news for you, brother. Then bring it and be impartial. All of your fucking, all of your fucking opinionated sentences are not needed at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, grown man to grown man. What are you hoping to accomplish? Other than lining your pockets, brother? Because that's what you're doing. Everything that you claim that black people are notorious for doing and all of this stuff, that's what you're doing. You're stealing. You're putting negativity out into the universe. You're putting, this is at least the second time I've seen you put negativity out in the universe about somebody who's no longer here and who can't defend themselves. Who are you to say who she should have chosen as a friend? Hindsight being 2020, that's nothing. That's nothing. You don't believe, like, people just don't believe that people are capable of doing these things that you sit next to and you work with and you sit down and have lunch with, and y'all go out and you go out and have bought lunch for and shit like that. People don't think that these people are capable of that shit. That's not a black thing. You sit here and I've never seen you do a video about the shit that goes on with, like, I never saw you do a video about what happened in Las Vegas. I never seen you do a video about what happened in Florida. I never seen you do a video. Bring the fucking news, not black news, and call yourself you a TNN Raw. No, bring the news. If you talk about everything, don't just try to fucking put us down because people are willing to watch it. Are you fucking kidding me? That's what makes you not that. That's what makes you not credible enough to bring the news, because you only focus on the shit that you. Everything is the news, brother. You only focus on the shit that you got something negative to say. You a shock jock, and that's corny. There's real life going on out here, partner. Real life. While you sit back behind a makeshift desk or whatever you want to fucking call it, and sit here and try to play the part of news bringer. But I know your type better than that. I know your type better than that. You are the type of person who looks to profit off of anyone's hardship, and that's disgusting. You're a disgusting, reprehensible person. What are you teaching? How are you making the situation better? What is it that you're doing to make the situation better? What is it that you're doing to build up black people? When are you going to bring out a positive? When are you going to do a news report about something positive that goes on in the community? When are you going to do a report about someone positive of the black culture? No reports on the NRA. No reports on um, the incident in Florida. No reports on the incident in Las Vegas just a few months ago. None of that. No reports on shit that's going on with the president and how he claims everything that good happens he has something to do with, and everything that's bad happens has fake reports. You don't do anything on that. I was disgusted when you did the video on the girl in Chicago, and I'm disgusted now because nothing has changed. Nothing has changed, and it's not going to change as long as he's getting 100,000 views. It's not going to change. You put here, if you feel like you were put here to tear us down, and it seems that everybody who has something to say about what goes on in the black community is put here to tear somebody down. You have a hatred towards black women, and I don't see you as being someone who is mixed. You have some type of hatred towards black women, and it's fucking ridiculous. You too. You have a real hatred towards black women, and I think that you were born from a black woman. I would say, just judging off your skin complexion, and even in the video, you're dressed like us, you talk like us. Yet, it's something wrong with people. But if you see something is wrong, why not do something to help fix it? What are you doing in your community to help fix it? This is what I'm doing. I expose clowns like you. And eventually it'll catch. I'm not doing this for any money. I'm not doing this for any recognition. This is what I do. Hoping to make the world a better place. Hoping that I can get at least a few people to stop listening to you clowns. Poisoning their minds. Poisoning their ability to think on their own. That's all I got. Conclusion, y'all, stop listening to these clowns, man. There are people who get paid to bring you the news. Watch that. Anybody who brings you the news with their opinion shouldn't be sitting behind a fucking desk. Show off.